What's up guys? Okay, we're in video 6 of the series so far. This is going to be the last one. And I want to make this one quite a bit different from what we've talked about so far, like staff or generating leads or keeping clients happy. I wanted just to talk about things that just pop up when you're running a business or taking clients or dealing with leads that are just so unexpected, things that you just didn't think would even happen. So you can kind of get a feel that if these things happen to you, you know that these things happen to both of us and they happen to so many other fitness business owners out there. So name maybe just 3 or 4 things, or maybe, okay, let's go one at a time. Name 2 things that you think's strange when a lead comes in, things that you just didn't expect to happen with a lead.
God, that's a difficult one. For me, it genuinely baffles me when people apply to your program, especially at the minute when we're using long copy and it gives them all of the information and they ghost you. It's like you literally follow your sales process, you phone them 3 times, you send your texts, you try to phone again and like you realise they blocked your number. And it's like, what is going on here? Like you applied for my program, like you told me basically that you wanted me to contact you and I
gave you all that information.
And it's like it just I find that strange. It's like if I was to fill my details, if I seen something on Facebook and I thought, yes, that looks like it's something for me, and I filled the details in and the person tried calling me, like I've expressed an interest, like I want to hear more at least. Might not always sign up, but I want more information, so I'll pick the phone up. So yeah, that one baffles me. Another one that I've had recently is people who apply, you phone them, they want to sign up, they don't sign up, you chase them a few times, obviously we don't hound people, and then 4 weeks later they apply again, and it's like, why did you not just sign up 4 weeks ago? And then when you try and contact them again, it's like the same stuff. It's like, yeah, I'll have a think about it, oh, I don't know, I'm still not sure. Like again, that baffles me. It's like you've been through the process twice, like surely you know by now whether you want to come and train with us or not.
Okay, so about that, the alarm just went off on the video. So what we were talking about was leads that are coming in that maybe kind of ghost you or then reapply again a few weeks later. That usually is down to just them not being in the right place in their life. Maybe you just haven't convinced them enough to join. Maybe there's just not enough awareness or trust built for them to finally make that step. So sometimes we really have to think about it, because we've definitely all had that issue. Leads have come in, you've tried phoning them 5, 6, 7, 8 times, you've sent them text messages, you've sent them emails. They're just not in that right space. So don't think it's your fault. Sometimes that lead will come back in a few months' time. So
I think on that, the point to remember is a lot of your ads are going to cold audiences. So now that you say that, it sort of makes sense. So unless you're like retargeting or they're constantly seeing different videos or testimonials, a lot of your stuff is going to cold audiences. So
but that's why when we talked about right at the start about the lead generation stuff, we are phoning them a number of times, we are texting them a number of times, we've got the email follow-up system in place. Again, we might even do a retarget ad to try and get them to come back to re-opt in again, even though they've already opted in, because that way they know a bit more about your business. So it's all about building trust. Okay, so let's move on. Tell me 2 or 3 things that you found really unique about a client maybe that's come in and you just thought, wow, we didn't expect that type of thing to happen.
I think the key one for me is, we've picked up on this a few times, is clients that you've done quite a bit for, and you've helped quite a lot, who kind of turn on you. You know, whether that be that they all of a sudden become disgruntled and unhappy, or they start talking to other clients, saying negative things about you. That baffles me. You know, I would understand if you'd done something to that person to annoy them or you know, to cause them, but I've seen it happen in here a few times where clients have just kind of turned against us, and they're usually the type of client that we're like, this is a client for life. You know, they're going to be here forever. They're happy. Like, we do a lot for them. They've been with us for a long time already, and then all of a sudden it's like a complete switch of personality. They just go totally against you. They start saying negative things. They leave. So that's one of the things I find strangest about working with clients.
I think actually on that I wrote about this. I think it was actually on my birthday on the 5th of February, where I was turning 30. I knew it was coming, but there's nothing I could do to stop myself turning 30. And it's just the same with clients. You might have this client, you've become such good friends with them, they've been with you this long period of time, and then out of the blue, they just leave.
Yeah.
Sometimes these things just happen. So when these things do happen, you can't always blame yourself. The only person you can look after is you. You look after yourself, you can help way more people. So don't feel like because they've left it's the end of the world. Sometimes their journey at your place has come to an end, and it's time for you to move on to start helping more people.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like you say, it's very easy to get annoyed at those sort of situations, but when you really sit back and think about it, like, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You know, as you say, they've maybe just came to the end of the journey with you, they need to move on. And then it gives you more time because you're not focusing on trying to keep this person so happy all the time, that you can then focus on your other clients who, you know, want to be there and they're still going through their journey with you. So yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so let's finish then. 2 things since you've taken on your studio that you just didn't think would be an issue, but then have become since opening the studio.
Yeah, finance. So like when I opened this, I did not imagine that it would cost as much money to run a gym as what it does.
Can you name a few things that pop up unexpectedly?
Well, like even just wee silly things like, you know, lead pages and type forms and woohoo forms and like having systems to run all your emails through. Like I never knew all this stuff existed before I opened my own place.
But that's just online. When it actually comes to having a facility, you've got your bin collection.
Yeah.
You've got maybe the lines on your car park that need to be repainted. Yeah. Maybe you've got a plumbing issue with one of the toilets getting blocked, or the shower is out of use. So a client then wants to leave because your shower's not working.
Yeah.
There's just so many different things that just pop up all the time.
The other thing would probably be how long it takes to refurb. Like even a basic paint job. So we refurbed in December and we had some, all the walls were white and we had some plasterboard around. Which I thought was literally going to take us like 2-3 days to rip down and repaint. It ended up taking us like a week, which meant we had to like close some days that we weren't supposed to be closed, which like I was obviously panicking about, going like clients are going to be unhappy. Fortunately for us, it was around Christmas and New Year's, so I think clients were kind of glad of it, whereas if that had been just a normal week and we had to close for a week, but then also like close for 3 days what we thought, and then tell them, well actually we need a night close for a full week. You know, that could have been big trouble for us.
There's a story for that. When we opened our gym in Cardiff, the guy said it would take a month to build everything we wanted to do in Cardiff, and it took him 7 weeks, and we'd already started taking payments for people to start on that first week. So then we're having to like tell them that it's not going to be open for another 3 weeks, but we managed to get it open in 2, and Pat did some sessions with not a complete looking gym. So
all sorts come up.
The amount of things that just creep up unexpectedly is just... But again, it's how you deal with it. You have to be ready to deal with that situation and move on and get used to these things. Running a business is, like Pearse said, going from working for somebody else to working for yourself. There's a massive transition, a massive change. So you have to be willing and open-minded to expect the unexpected.
Yeah, there's lots of ups and downs about running your own business, and if you're not prepared to sort of go with the both of those, so if you're only expecting there to always be ups, you're not going to be in business for very long. You have to be prepared to take those lows. What I find is normally anytime we have a bit of a low, you know, it makes me reassess where we're at. And we usually get quite a big high off the back of it then, because, you know, it might be a case that we've realised that something's a little bit broken. We need to change our system slightly, or we need to address how we do things, and usually that then makes things better. So I think learning from when things go wrong is a really good thing to remember, rather than sort of trying to just park it and move on. Like, learn from your mistakes or learn from things going wrong, and just try and make yourself better off the back of it.
So just to finish on that point, really, if things are not going so well and you are struggling, it's always best just to reach out. Like me and Pearse have become good friends over the last couple of months. He's great friends with a load of other personal trainers. When things are not going so well, just reach out, even if it is to your staff members. If you're struggling with anything or they're struggling with anything, it's always best to talk, even with your members. If you're having that delay in getting something finished, let them know, because if they don't know what's going on, they then start to get annoyed. But you just let them know, you know what, this has taken a little bit longer than expected. The painter's been delayed because he's stuck at another job. they will understand. So make sure you do talk to people, and it will make your life easier.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Thanks for watching. Now come join us inside our free Facebook group, where on a daily basis we share tons of content to help you generate leads for your fitness business.